What's going on, guys? Scott here. Today I'll be going over installing GLSL Shaders Mod for Minecraft with bump mapping, as well as how to bump map a texture pack. Let's get to it. The first thing you want to do is get a fresh install of Minecraft. So you'll want to navigate to appdata/roaming. Jeez, I can't type today. The easiest way to do that is in your search, go to %appdata%. Boom. There you go. Now you're going to see, most likely your first folder is going to be .minecraft. Go in there and simply delete your bin. Now this will remove any kind of mod you've already got installed. But like I said, you want a fresh install, so boom, gone. Now just to re-download Minecraft, you open up Minecraft again, and that will download the latest version, which at this moment in time is Minecraft 1.2.5. Hopefully comes down a bit faster than that. Okay, and there we have it. We now have a fresh install of Minecraft 1.2.5. Now today I'll be using Gerudoku's Faithful Mixture texture pack, which is a 32 by 32 texture pack, which counts as an HD texture pack. So therefore, you're going to see a pretty funky block when I come into the world here. It's meant to be a brick, but obviously bit of portal, bit of fire. So the first thing we're going to want to do is open up MC Patcher and patch Minecraft to accept HD fonts and textures. So let's go do that. Right, so what you're going to want to do is to navigate to this URL here where you can get MC Patcher. You can just type in MC Patcher into Google, it will be the first result that comes up. And you're just going to scroll down and you're going to download from GitHub or Mediafire, whatever. I'm only doing this for Windows today, not Mac or anything, so I assume that you can follow the same instructions. So yep, download from there, which I have previously done. So once you've got MC Patcher downloaded, you're just going to want to run it. And this will analyze your Minecraft jar, it's going to find it, and basically from here we're just going to make it acceptable to use HD textures and fonts. Now assuming you're using the standard folder layout, it's going to find it automatically, otherwise just browse and find the correct one there. Output file there. Random mobs custom colors aren't necessary, so you can untick them if you don't want them. I'm just going to leave them for now. Simply click patch, that's going to patch up Minecraft. And then let's just test it to make sure that it's done correctly. As you can now see, our brick actually shows as a brick. We don't have a funky block anymore because the 32 by 32 is now accepted by Minecraft. The next step is to go ahead and install the shaders. Okay guys, to get the shaders, you're going to want to come to this URL here. Once again, I'll put it in the description, and you're simply just going to come and you're going to down here and you're going to download this patcher here. Links to his website there. Once you've got that, it will come down in a zip file. Just unzip it like I've done here. Go to shaders and you're going to want to go to the installer like so. Right, so you'll start off, you won't have any mods at all. You just click downloadable mods. And as you can see, this is going to be for 1.25. Just right click, press download. And that's going to now get the shaders model for 1.2.5 there. Just as a quick check before you do anything, you're going to want to go to options and make sure that the location of your Minecraft jar is correct. Mine is, so I don't need to browse or anything. Just going to go back to local mods, click install mods. This will unpack it, put the shaders into the jar, and then repack it. And there you go. Quite simple, but not done yet. You're going to want to go back to your Minecraft folder. If you remember, %appdata%.minecraft bin, and you're going to open this minecraft.jar. Now, I use WinRAR. There's probably other programs you can open it as well, but You can go to rarlabs.com, get WinRAR for free. You're just going to open up the jar, and you're going to see somewhere down here, there we go, you've got this shaders folder, which contains all the new textures. We are looking for bump mapping. So what we're going to actually do, once again, we're going to go to percent app data percent, but this time not .minecraft, we've got .nitrous, which is a folder created by that installer you've just run and created. You're going to want to go to mods.com, blah blah blah, alternative shaders, and bump mapping. Now to the one we are most interested in is this one here, gbuffers_terrain.fsh. Now you're going to want to open this up. Here, I'm opening it in Notepad++. You can use whatever basically text editor you're comfortable with. Now let me just change the language to C++ here to show you a bit of something. We're concentrating on these 3 lines here, and we're going to move the // What // does in coding, basically it comments out a line of code, so a compiler says, oh, that's a comment, don't need to run that. As you can see, default is 16 by 16, but as I mentioned before, we're using a 32 by 32 texture pack, so we want to remove the comment from there, and then comment out the 16 by 16, just like that. You're going to want to save that there. Another quick change I like to make is in final.fsh, and you just want to delete the comments. Once again, let me show you that for ease. This is all commented out, but we just want to use the higher quality blur, so we're just going to do that. Save that. Simple. And you're going to literally just click and drag all these files into your Minecraft jar. This will replace the current default shaders to allow bump mapping to occur in Minecraft. And there you have it. That will be the shaders installed. I'll just open up Minecraft quickly and show you that. Okay guys, so now we've got the shaders installed, let me just show them off to you a bit. I just open up my world because it's light in that. But let's see. Whoa, lag. Okay. So if I'm looking at something nearby, you can see the depth of field, everything in the background goes a bit blurry. As I look to it, it comes into focus. Things closer by go out of focus, and that's basically shaders at hand. We know they're correctly installed. So the next step is going to be making a bump map for this. So on to the Photoshops. Okay guys, now on to the interesting stuff, which is doing the bump mapping. Now, I'm gonna have to admit straight away, I'm not an artist. I'm not very good with Photoshop, so please don't judge me. Everything I'm doing would be very basic, just doing a quick instruction for you. Like I said before, I'm using Gerudoku's Faithful texture pack. You're just going to want to open up whatever texture pack you're bump mapping. Cheers, WinRAR. And you're going to want to find terrain PNG. Now this holds the different terrain within Minecraft. Basically tells Minecraft what blocks look like. You just drag that out to your desktop or wherever you feel comfortable, and then you can close that back down again. Now I like to make copies of these here, so I've got copy 1 and copy 2. Now your first copy, you're going to want to rename. You're going to want to rename terrain_nh.png, and your second one you're going to want to change to terrain_s.png. Basically what terrain NH is, that's effectively a layer that the bump mapping uses to add the 3D effect, and the terrain S is something like speculative blah blah blah. From what I understand, it can make blocks a bit shiny to make them stand out a bit more. So first things first, we're going to want to open up terrain NH into whatever image editing software you want to use. I'll be using Photoshop for this. So whilst we're at, basically, things that you want to have stand out, you're going to have in your terrain underscore nh. Things like bricks you want to make stand out, bits of cobblestone, maybe some ore. I'm just going to show you something very quickly. So I'm going to very, very quickly just modify the bricks. Now when I like to do it, I like to go down to grid view in Photoshop. Just makes things a bit easier to see things pixel by pixel. And then I like to select the block so I know I'm not editing out anything that could be important. Now for this, I don't really want like the cement, the mortar in between the bricks to be 3D, so I'm just going to quickly use the magic eraser. I know all you Photoshoppers out there are like, no! But yeah, I'm just going to get rid of the mortar like that, and that's going to leave me with the bricks. I'm pretty happy with that. You know, I'm just doing a basic instruction. Like I said, I'm not artistic. I'm sure you guys can make it look much better than that. You know, you can change on this door, you know, make the skull stand out. Or, yeah, let's do the top of this. I think it's the top of the furnace over here. I can see, basically I'm going to want this brick to stand out a bit more. So I'm just going to delete the center here. Let's get rid of that as well. There you go. So hopefully that will stand out on top of the furnace compared to the rest of the texture. Now an important thing to note, things that you will be looking through will screw up if you do not give them a black background. So things like the mushrooms, I'll just show you quickly here. Obviously I'll do it better. Spider webs, windows and glass, very important. I think, where's the glass? In this texture pack here. If you don't make this black, when you look through it, you're going to get some horrible effect where the bump mapping is just basically going to stretch out the standard texture. So by making it black like that, you'll see through it and you're not going to have any problems. So through the magic of editing, I will come back to this in a second, hopefully done. Okay guys, that's I've now edited most of the terrain NH. I actually lied to you, I'd already previously done it before. It wasn't through the magic of editing. But well, I edited the image, just not editing the video to cut down on time. You keen observers, you know what I mean. So as you can see from the door, so I've cut out the grills and stuff, made the skull stand out like I said. You can see here on the workbench, I've made it so that the hammer and the chisels are going to stick out. Basically things I want to stick out, you know, the top of this. I actually want to change that bit. I just want to make these stand out, but I'll do that another time. It's not very important in terms of the tutorial. TNT, you know, I'm going to have a top block like that. For the terrain S, the only thing that I've done, like I said, it kind of makes it sparkle apparently. All I've done, the diamonds, I've just left a bit of it. The rest of it is going to be completely black because I can't really be bothered to be messing around with that. Like I said, this is the main one you're going to want to be editing. Just anything you want to have stand out, you're going to cut out of the original texture. Anything you want to be looking through, you're going to want to make black. Otherwise, you're going to get some dodgy effects through the bump mapping. Right, now, if I close that down, and so you're going to want to go to the texture pack that you're using and basically just copy those two files into the texture pack. I'm going the long-winded way to get to the texture pack folder here by opening up Minecraft, but yeah, so there's Gerudoku's Faithful, and I'm just going to click and drag my two files, my NH and my S terrain files, into this RAR. And there you have it. All you have to now do is open up Minecraft, and that texture will be bump mapped. I'll go into Minecraft. Okay guys, so now we're back in Minecraft. I'm just going to open up file before, and now you can see, hopefully, that the bricks on this texture stand out. Now, they stand out basically by 1 pixel. You don't really get any rounding off effect, so things like ores don't really look too great if you just make them stick out. I'll show you. I've got back here, I've set up, that's some glowstone there, some brick wall. You can see cobblestone sticking out, different ores. Now for the ores, like I said, they don't look too great. Like if I did the coal sticking up, it's quite blocky. So what I've done instead, I've just had it inset. And the ores, the only one I've got sticking out a bit is the diamonds within inside the diamond there. Hopefully you can see. Like I said, there's the door, the skull sticking out. Pistons. You can see, hopefully these bricks stick out a bit. Now, like I was telling you how you get the weird textures, I think you can just see there when you look through it, because it's basically trying to bump map this pole. I'm not quite sure how I missed that. Maybe that's not in the train file, but yeah. See, top of the furnace sticks out. I've made this skull stick out here. Well, there you go. That's the hammer and the chisel I was talking about there. So you can see everything basically sticks out by 1 pixel. You can see it on the TNT. The things that you want to be a bit rounded off, I don't think you can do, unfortunately. Here's just a quick house example, I guess. You've got a nice bumpy wall there. Open, you can see the door, you get that. You've got the bookshelf. Did I edit this? Yeah, I think I did. Maybe I didn't. No, top of the workbench sticking out a bit. Got the padlock sticking out of the chest. Got the cobblestone. As you can see, I'm not getting any horrible bump mapping through this window here. That's because I made it black see-through. Same with the grill. Anything you want to be looking through, like I said, you want to make black. Bits of mossy cobblestone sticking out. So, yeah, that's it, guys. I hope it's been helpful for you. Installing the GLSL shaders and bump mapping. If this was helpful, please leave a like or a thumbs up. Share it with your friends that might need some help. And for a quick shameless plug, if you're interested in watching some of my Let's Plays with my friend Simon, go on over to youtube.com/SuperSimono. We do Minecraft, Portal, Battlefield. We just like to have a laugh when playing games, so go check us out.